Hi, I'm Rabbi Daniel Lapin, and I truly welcome this opportunity to spend just a few moments sharing some of the joy, the wisdom, the benefit, and yes, the success strategies that my friendship with Zig Ziglar has brought to me. And when I say my friendship with Zig, I must include my wife Susan and also my 7 children, all of whom are deep Ziglar devotees. And just to give you one example, my 5th daughter, no, that would be my 4th daughter actually, Ruthie, she was going out, she'd met a guy and she spoke to me. She said, "Daddy, I really like him. He's young, he's very entrepreneurial, and I just don't think he realizes my enthusiasm for business and for success." And I said, "Well, how about letting him know that Zig Ziglar has actually eaten a cake that you baked?" She said, "He won't know of Zig Ziglar." I said, "I promise you, if he is making a living successfully in selling," which he was a professional sales professional, he knows Zig Ziglar, he knows of him. So she said, "All right, I'll try it." Well, a few hours later, the phone rang, and it was my daughter. She said, "You can't believe what happened. He's all over me. He thinks it's the most amazing thing on earth that I actually know Zig Ziglar." And sure enough, in another occasion that Zig Ziglar visited our home for dinner, I had mentioned to an associate of mine in Los Angeles, all right, that's 2.5 hours flight away. I said, "By the way, on Tuesday night, Zig Ziglar will be having dinner with us after he finishes his presentation at the massive Key Arena in downtown Seattle." He said, "I'm flying up. If you'll let me, I'm coming. He is the man responsible for my success. I want to meet him." And so sure enough, Jeff Gruen from Los Angeles flew up to and joined our table where Zig and his wife were having dinner with us and participated in that. So it's really wonderful, and it's particularly so because in ancient Jewish wisdom, and I think everybody knows that my life mission has always been making ancient Jewish wisdom accessible to everybody. One of the fascinating principles is that if I have a biological father, as we all do, and I also have a spiritual father, somebody who taught me how the world works, who showed me how to interact with other people, and above all, who taught me how to make a living, then it becomes incumbent upon me to recognize that the obligation I have is greater to my teacher than it is to my biological father. Isn't that amazing? Which is extraordinary. And as I owe, by the 5th commandment, I owe respect to my biological father. I owe greater respect to a spiritual father. And when I think of the vast numbers of people for whom Zig has been a truly spiritual father, I'm absolutely astounded at the prestige he must have in God's eyes. And here's another thing that just made an enormous impression on me. This is so rare. What I'm about to tell you, you almost never find in the speaking business, in the professional presentation business, and that is that the way Zig and I first met many, many years ago was he contacted me. He wanted to quote me in one of his books, and he wanted to get some clarification and permission to quote me and so on, and that began a lifelong friendship. But I thought to myself, this is extraordinary, and sure enough, in that book and in other books, he quotes me by name. Not only that, by the way, I was once at one of his presentations. He didn't know I was there yet. We were planning to meet afterwards. This was at a large arena in one of the cities he visits. And amazingly enough, he says something, and then he says, "And this is from my Rabbi Daniel Lapin," and he went ahead and quoted it. And then during his talk, he quoted other people. And I thought, how many people possess the integrity to actually give credit where credit is due when they share ideas? Nobody does it. Nobody does that. Very few do it. And that just reveals an inner power and an inner strength. And all of this will become evident immediately as you start opening Zig's latest book, and I think there is a possibility, we have to recognize it might be his last book, although I hope not. But you open that book, and not only does the wisdom leap off the pages, but the personality, the integrity, the passion, the vitality. Reading Born to Win for me was almost like having Zig at my dinner table and sharing ideas and listening to him enthused with such excitement about the ideas that have transformed the lives of countless people through a number of generations in the world of business. Thank you so much, Zig Ziglar, for keeping him coming and for sharing Born to Win with all of us.